we're here in Hanoi, Vietnam, and today we have a challenge. Can we spend less than $30 here in this city? Let's go show you where we're staying first. Alright, so first things first is we need somewhere to sleep for the night. Well, welcome to our humble abode. Come on in. We have this place right in the old town of Hanoi, and it's about just under 30 US dollars a night, so which is actually around 700,000 Vietnamese dong. And so we're splitting it, Ryan and I, so it's gonna come out to about $15 a person. Let's check it out. We have actually one of the comfiest beds we've slept in Vietnam, so this place is fantastic. And we even get balcony with some cute little flip-flops overlooking the city. Alright, well we gotta get going today, but let's show you the rest of the room before we do. So we have this really cool painting that I like to stare at every day, and some seating chairs, and mini fridge, excuse our mess, a teapot. You can take a shower and use the bathroom at the same time. When in Vietnam. So that's it for a room tour. Let's go check out the city. All right, so now for some much needed coffee from one of our favorite Vietnamese coffee places right here in Hanoi. So something interesting to know is that restaurants will just pop up on the sidewalk, so it actually makes more sense to walk in the street. So you can see everyone's just walking right down the road. That's what comes with the chaos of Hanoi. Anything is possible to put on these motorbikes. Oh yeah. I literally can't start my day. I'm gonna be so sad when we leave Hanoi.
Alright, so this is traditional egg coffee, which is really only found in Hanoi. This is a little different than what you typically see. If you want to see what it really looks like, you could check out our food tour. This is an iced one, and it's made out of coconut. This one has rum. There's egg in there as well. So you typically mix it up. It's getting pretty full. It's so good. So this one actually has rum in it. And you can taste the rum, and then the egg is just kind of frozen. And so it provides a different taste than the hot version. It's really good.
All right, so we just spent 100,000 Vietnamese dong, which we're splitting, right? So I spent 50,000 Vietnamese dong, so we're at a total of 750. So in US dollars, that's roughly about $2 for a coffee. Very good coffee. So fun fact about coffee, Vietnam is the second largest exporter of coffee in the world, which is actually interesting being in Southeast Asia because usually it's more of a tea culture, but not in Vietnam. Lots of coffee shops everywhere.
Smooth.
Operator. Alright, so something really interesting to know is there's something called weasel poop coffee, which is exactly what it sounds like, but you can drink it. So the weasels, and a long story short, actually go eat the coffee beans, poop them out, and then they are cleaned and roasted. Don't worry, there's no pooping your coffee. It's a thing. Haven't tried it yet. Let me know in the comments below if you tried this, because I'm a little iffy on that. I took the jacket off. I'm cold. Ooh, let's take a look at this. Handmade. I also kind of am needing a makeup bag, maybe? Want to go shopping? Okay, these are looking about 120,000 Vietnamese dong. Is that in the budget today? Let's see. Roughly a little under $5 US for a makeup bag. And these are also, from what it looks like, is from up in Sapa, the Hmong people. They make these. We actually, if you want to check out another video on our trek in Sapa, we got to watch how they made them. It's really interesting. So I think I'm gonna get this one. It's kind of calling to me, and I like the little bamboo and the colors on it. So let's go see how much we can get this for. Oh, 150.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of them said 120 on it.
120 is smaller for pen.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so this actually wasn't 120, it was 150,000 Vietnamese dong. The ones we were looking at were the smaller ones, but I needed a little bit bigger one. We were able to work out a deal and I got this for 130,000 Vietnamese dong, if you can hear me over the motorbikes. So that comes out to roughly, let's ask Siri, hold on, let's ask Siri. Hey Siri, what is 130,000 Vietnamese dong to USD? $5.50. And what makes this really special too, because I know you can get a cheap makeup bag even in the US, but these are handmade from hemp and only use natural dyes to make these. So, all on my holistic ways. So, let's go get some breakfast though, I'm starving. One cool thing about Hanoi is that there's these really old buildings, temples, and they're intertwined in the city. Let's get some pho. So for a total, we're gonna come out to 50,000 Vietnamese dong, so roughly about $2 for breakfast.
So my brother's in HVAC, heating and air conditioning, and I'll have to ask him if that back there is up to code. Probably not.
So actually in Hanoi, what's really popular is pho ga, which is chicken pho, whereas a lot of the rest of Vietnam, it's more beef. Being a vegan, I'm gonna get the vegetarian version, so you can just imagine some chicken in here if you wanna get the authentic version. But what's wonderful is tofu is abundant here, and they make it really delicious. And tons of veggies, chives, mushrooms. Rice is a staple in every single dish here, and no, definitely in here because it's rice noodles. Something you should do when you're eating pho, well, anything with the chopsticks, is they're not publicly displayed, so you want to make sure you clean them. Super sanitary. No, it's fine. You want to make sure you wipe them down with a napkin, and then if you're like me and you like spice, you're going to use the bigger end of the two. So you're going to flip it over like this. I'll grab a little spice. Pop it in, and then I'm gonna mix it up.
500. Thank you.
$2 for a great breakfast.
200.
200? Oh, I think that's a little expensive. Thank you, though. Yeah, on Grab it says it's 27.
50, 100, 50, one moto.
50 each? So a 100 total?
Yeah.
Rồi, okay. 100, two moto.
100 for 2 motos.
You want to do that?
Yeah,
It's
do it.
27.
That's fine.
Okay.
100, two moto.
Okay. Okay.
Apparently he made a decision. Arrived here at the Temple of Literature. We found Ryan, so let's get going. $60,000. 30 each. Minus 30. So, fun fact, Temple of Literature is actually on the back of the 100,000 Vietnamese bill. So something interesting to note is, so right around Tet, there's two really popular things up here in the north. One is the kumquat tree, and another one is the rose blossom tree, which I'm sure we'll see on our walk later today. fact, in Vietnam, they use these birds kind of like you'd use dogs for protection. So if someone is breaking in, they would tweet, tweet, tweet and wake up everyone. I don't know if I'd wake up, but apparently it works. So this is the famous train street here in Hanoi. It's super cool when the train comes really close. If you want to see what it looks like when it comes close, we actually filmed it in our vlog on the top food here in Hanoi, so we'll link that up here. Click on that. But let's show you what it looks like right now, because it is really popping right now.
It is a fun time. After the trains go by, it seems like it gets wild. So we just walked upstairs because these have upstairs seating so we can see the train coming from a different angle. And we're gonna get some vegetable fried rice for about 40,000 Vietnamese dong. So what is that, less than $1.50 approximately? And this is dinner. Hot. Looks like we're catching the train. Should I jump on and serve it? So close.
You can touch it. Oh, it was cool second time. I like that. I like our new view now. We got to see from the top, the bottom last time, now the top.
So there have been reports that Train Street is closed. It's actually not closed. They're just being more protective. So they have all the buildings. They're pretty much responsible for making sure all the tourists get in when the train is about to come. So you may or may not saw it in the video, but there were people standing out there with whistles that then forced everyone to get into the restaurant. So they're just making it safer. It's not closed. So if you want to come to Train Street, you can still make it.
All right, so now we're gonna go to one of the most beautiful places in Hanoi. All right, so we're at this big lake right in Old Town. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. That's what this lake is called. There's a beautiful red bridge, and let's go walk on it. We actually haven't been there yet. All right, so we're at a bit of a crossroads here. This is our last full day in Vietnam. We've been here for 3 months, and we're doing this $30 challenge, but we saw this really cool temple on a red lake, and it's 30,000, which is $1.
Just barely over our $30 budget.
So do we go, do we not go?
I mean, we are in Hanoi. How many times are we going to be in Hanoi, right? And how often are we going to be able to go out in the temple on the lake? I say we just blow it. Just go right past it and just, how often do you get a chance to do this? For $1 more, is that something you should do?
I'm in.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's really nice about this lake is that it's relaxing. You can walk here all day long, even at night. Everyone's out here. It's very lively and just a nice, lively, relaxing place to be.
It is. We've walked around this a couple times, but we haven't made it out to the lake yet, so why not do it today?
Woo! Let's show you what we find out.
Yeah.
So for about $1, you can go visit a temple out in the middle of the lake. It's supposed to be beautiful and lit up, so let's go. So that's the 15th time I said let's go. Let's go. So this is worth breaking our $30 rule here. We're just a couple cents over, but this is absolutely beautiful. For $1, you get to see all of this out there, and to be honest, I just loved the red bridge, and I loved crossing over it. It's a good feeling, and it's a beautiful night. So with that, since we already went over, maybe a beer?
Is that a celebratory beer or a failure beer?
A failure beer? Let's go get a failure beer.
All right, let's get a failure beer. Why not? Losers got to drink too,
And And what better place to get a fill your beer than in the old quarter in Hanoi on Beer Street.
So Beer Street reminds me a lot of Bangkok on the walking street. People are out just everywhere trying to get you to come in and buy food and give you things and offer you drugs and all kinds of stuff. But it's got a fun vibe.
Yeah, that's for sure. Especially for what day is it? Wednesday?
A Wednesday night. Not bad, right?
All right, so we have our
Loser beers.
loser beers. We came out today at 32 after the beer. Whoops. At $32.42, so just a hair over $30. Do you think we could have done it?
We could have absolutely done it. There are a lot of ways to save. We're not like true backpackers, I guess you'd say.
Oh yeah, if you're a true backpacker, you can go on Hostel World. Those really cheap hostels, but
Yeah.
we're in our 30s now. So
Pains me to say it.
sometimes you need a little extra comfort at our old age.
Yeah, but nice bed, clean, by yourselves.
I probably didn't need to get the makeup back, even though I really like it. So we definitely could have done it, and it's a good learning experience for our next challenge. But when in Hanoi, if you're gonna go $1 over to have a good time, you know what, just do it.
Absolutely.
And tomorrow we're headed to a new country. We've been in Vietnam for 3 months, but tomorrow we're headed to somewhere very special to me. So I'll keep you
Absolutely.
guys posted.
So keep following us. Make sure to like, subscribe to this video and to our channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.